So, you know how to get down to the park if you're walking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, congratulations and welcome to Seville.
Happy
okay?
Pride.
Happy Pride to you too, and you too, hon. Have a good time.
Okay, this is Seville. Now this is the big gay pride event that they've been advertising for. Not much of a turnout. But my friend is singing in there, Craig, so I have to go see him. It's a New Century Singers. How you doing? Good. Good.
Okay, well, welcome to Out in Seville 2005, our third annual, the first one without rain. Let's hear it for the sun. Thank you all for coming and not just running over to the beach.
I've always been within a half-hour driving distance of Seville. And I never really considered, I never really thought of Cherry Grove as a place to go, or Seville to me was just another town. It's only been very recently that they have, the Out in Seville this is its third year. And it's always been known as a very friendly town and, you know, I guess, you know, more open-minded.
And there is a really nifty yellow page that you can get at the table over there, and on it is a map telling you where all the fun stuff is happening. So everyone take one of these. The town of Seville is really participating in all the fun.
Now we're going to town, and we're going to see all the pride flags, and we're going to eat lunch in town at the stores, only at the stores that are having rainbow flags in front of them.
This bookstore right here, I gave a poetry reading here, I guess about 10 years ago. The owners are really cool, and I wonder if he's still here. Actually, it's the same owner, so I don't know. I'm gonna take a peek, recreate the moment inside.
Hi guys, how are you?
You know, Seville has always been a very quaint town, and it just offers things, you know, that other towns don't really offer. So you would just go there, and you know, I never really considered it gay, but I guess like my gay instincts sort of drove me there. Doing, you know, a poetry reading there, or seeing movies that other theaters didn't necessarily show, more artistic movies.
Well, Seville, again, the gateway to Fire Island, at least to the gay portion of Fire Island, the Pines and the Grove. So what better place? And I think gays have always felt at home here, have always been comfortable here and shopped here on their way to the beach. And so forth. So it's been, it's a natural.
We are here, we're going there. Something from 1 to 2:30, I don't know what's going on there. It doesn't look like anything, maybe something inside. Can we walk? Go. Do you want to get a cup?
I would say we have about 50 stores on Main Street. We have 200 members in the Chamber of Commerce. So, you know, the Chamber is more than just Main Street right here in Seville. We have a very, I would say, above average population of gay-owned stores. I don't know exactly, but 15 to 18% maybe in that range are gay-owned. So I think that automatically gives us a broader sense of, you know, what this day is about. I actually had people that didn't hang the flag, but gave a great donation to the for Thursday's Child's donation. So some people just don't believe in the flag, which that's great. That's, you know, everybody. That's what rights are, individual rights are all about. What everybody's trying to achieve here today. So they were supportive of the cause and they were supportive of the charity. So, you know, nobody has to be cookie cutter exactly have to follow the same thing. So Very little opposition, almost none. We were just talking about, we do events here all the time. We've probably had the least opposition to this event than we've had to anything. We just ran a Survivor. We had the winner of Survivor in Sayville. And we got letters of complaint about that. So no matter what you do, there's a small segment of population that complains. You close the streets, why do you close the streets? We had to go around. No matter what it is, it's something simple. So we've had little or none. I think we've got two people that felt it was not appropriate. I think that's a pretty good number.
My name's Eva Sanchez. I'm Executive Director for Long Island Pride Parade. We're here out in Sayville to show support for this organization. I have here Tony, who's a member. We have Sandy, who's our fundraising committee. I have my wife, Rosie. We're about 20 miles from Huntington, and we're here because we're all gay. We should support each other, no matter where the festival is, or where the organization, or who the organization is. It doesn't matter. It's for all of us.
Some of the events, including the Huntington Pride Parade, what I found as an unfortunate aspect, there are a lot of great aspects of that event. One of the things that I don't like about that event is that 95% of the businesses are closed. It takes place on a Sunday when most of those businesses are closed anyway. It's not like they shut down in order to allow the gay community to come in. But they certainly don't open up either. And it's a little bit like marching through a ghost town to me. And it's like, okay, so now the gay people are in town and no one else is around. So what we wanted out in Sayville to be is to have it on a Saturday when the businesses are actually opened and when they're trying to attract gay and straight customers into their businesses, and you know, and to have that be an important part of this event.
Actually, out in Sayville, we came up to hear the music and enjoy the local merchants.
And your residents?
Yes. Residents of Sayville, she is, and I'm a local resident.
And I'm going to Cherry Grove tonight, my friends. We're going over in a yacht. We're going over there tonight and dance.
The bunkhouse. I've been going there since I was 19. Now I'm 32. And at that point, they let, you know, the cute young guys go in. And then, like, right after I turned 21, they started getting strict after that. So I just kind of made it in. But, yeah, my memories kind of lie in this place. In the parking lot, this parking lot, that parking lot.
Out in Sayville was started 3 years ago, actually, because the gay community and the straight community over here were feuding, thinking that gay people weren't supporting the town. So what happened was the businesses got together and they basically said, we'll show you how much gay money is spent in the town. We picked a day, which is the day before Gay Pride, and each business owner puts a sticker in the window, and if that gay sticker is in the window, gay people will frequent the business, just to show them exactly how much money is spent and how much money it passes through and supports the town of Sayville. How are you?
Good. Actually, we're going to run over, catch the next ferry, see the parade over there. Yeah. So I was telling them all the memories I have in here. And this place, how long has this place been here? Like
30 years this year.
30 years.
30 years
wow.
This year. Yeah.
Very cool. So yeah.
Have a great time.
Thank you.
Have
Enjoy.
a great time. Really good to see you again.
Yeah, seeing you too.
Soon. Happy Pride.
Goodbye. Hi, round trip, please?
Sure, it's $12.
Thank you. Thank you. So you have the whole Sayville thing, which is very serene and it was nice. But then once you start going towards the Cherry Grove area, the atmosphere starts to change. Cherry Grove, here we come. When you come over on the ferry, it's almost like a commitment to stay here for a few hours. You're going to be here. You're going to be doing something, whether it's dancing or seeing the parade or going to the restaurant. And you know when you're here that you're just going to be in this gay community where people just are who they are and all different varieties. That's a lot more uninhibited than in Sayville.
I mean, a lot of people have been emailing me. I see them on the ferry, and you know, there's overlap. Some people are just coming out for the beach. I have no idea what Out in Sable is, but that's cool too. And, you know, but it's a little bit of everything. Not everyone's going to know that it's Out in Sable gay pride event, but they'll learn.
This boat is usually not this packed, so I guess everyone wants to get to see the parade just in time. It starts at 4 o'clock. I think it's like 3:30 now. A lot of good things to say about Cherry Grove, about the Ice Palace. So I worked at the front desk at the Ice Palace from May until end of September, and just really amazing. Just stuff very unique, stuff you'll never run into anywhere else, and the flavor of the place is just wild. So it's going to be really good to go back. And there's this sense of, like, as soon as you step onto the ferry and everyone's just sitting up there, I mean, we may not be talking to each other, but there's this, almost like this bonding. It's hard to describe it, really. But you're all there. We all know about the struggles that we're leaving behind on Long Island, and we're going on over to Cherry Grove together. This, 15-minute ride over. And it's a beautiful ride. So it's like, if one person yells a joke out, it's like everyone's sort of there with it. It's almost instantly happens. It's like just sort of magical, I guess. And then once you're pulling into the dock of Cherry Grove, you see the flags are up there. You see the people sort of lining up along the shore, and it's like, wow, I'm about to go down there. I'm about to, get into it.
I'm going to the gay pride parade. I'm going to be the first heterosexual woman to win the parade.
The boat just got in 3:55, and the crowd is forming for our, I think this is the 6th annual gay pride parade in Cherry Grove.
Mother Pearl!
There's not many transgendered out here, but I feel right at home because everybody knows me, everybody, and I've been out here for a long time, and I don't know, I carry on, I guess, and have fun, and I feel comfortable with myself, so people tell me that they're comfortable with me. When they want to know about the transgendered community, they can come and talk to me. I don't think I have that, whatever it is that says, stay away. Don't ask me any questions. I think I'm open enough that I think I invite people in to ask questions.
We can bring to the parade something that we do need to talk about. And a lot of gay people who are, well, I'll speak for myself. I'm very disheartened. It's very hard for me to be patriotic with George Bush in office. I'm just going to say it. It's just very disheartening. And so for me to see another gay person who is patriotic, I think I sort of need to see that.
Well, you got to know something. It's first of all, it's the flag. It's the flag that's first. And that's what, even in a moment on Gay Pride, the flag that it's being an American and being in our country of freedom. That's what it's about. It's every holiday would not be a respectful holiday if that wasn't the first note.
Yeah, so it's important to see another gay person holding the flag. because, you know, there's that little bit of hope left. Like, yeah, we are going to get through this. Hopefully, you know, we're going to survive this struggle. You know, with the threat of the amendments to ban gay marriage in America, that's really serious. That's major damage to this country that our president is causing. And yet there are gay people who are still strong, who still believe in this country. And, you know, I need to see that, so it was really good. So in that sense, you know, God bless her. I'm glad I was here today to get that little bit, you know.
This was our first wedding band, the shiny one, and we had a ceremony we chartered a ferry on a boat right here.
A rabbi and a
Private
cantor.
ceremony
It was
with
wonderful.
a religious ceremony. And then we went to Toronto several months later, and we had a civil ceremony. And to celebrate our first anniversary, we got the sand finish ring to match the shiny one.
So it's the water, it's the wave.
Waves,
I joke with straight people, say, look, it's not straight.
We're about 70 miles away from where Stonewall occurred, and we're about an hour and 5-minute ride on the Long Island Railroad from Penn Station, New York. And I guess the similarities between today and the Stonewall riot, you know, back in the 60s, is that drag queens, at least in Cherry Grove, play a very prominent role in the culture here. I guess I don't know how a drag queen in the out in Sayville portion of the day would be perceived by the Sayville business community. I think that it's a part of our culture that is accepted and embraced when we're over here at Cherry Grove, and it's not so much in mainstream culture on the other side of this bay. And I guess that in a sense shows that you know, we've come far, but we haven't finished yet.
Happy Pride!
Well, the artists who came here first in the early part of the century started it, and a lot of them were gay, and a lot of those people being alternative lifestyle and fascinating people, like to party, like to have a good time, and they found a little haven here where they could do anything, where they could dress up and get real goofy, you know, and do anything they want, and nobody bothered us. And still nobody bothers us. The cops are here to keep the peace, and still our little private haven.
It's not true that if you come here that you're going to be raped. Taken off, dragged off to the woods, and somebody's going to take your body. Honey, it's like any other community. We have a post office, we have a grocery store, we have businesses, people live here.
Happy Gay Pride. Hey, how are you? Welcome back.
Thanks. Cherry Grove always, to me, seemed like just this distant place that other people go to. Like, that's really gay. That's like hardcore gay, and will I fit in there? You know. So, but then I finally made it over, and I actually lived here last summer, and it's just like, well, I guess I'm hardcore gay now.
It was August of 1978. It was my first time I came out here to the Grove. I read about it. I believe in the Advocate. They had some kind of an advertisement. And here I am. I'm a kid growing up on Long Island, and we didn't know what Cherry Grove was. I mean, where was Fire Island? Nobody really, growing up here, and even on Long Island, we didn't even know where Fire Island was in the Grove. And I read it in The Advocate, and I decided that I was going to come out here. And I drove out here. And the first time I came out was August of 1978. I took the little ferry. They didn't have the big ferry then. I took the little ferry across, the little wooden ferry they had coming across here. And then when I walked over here, when I got onto the side, it was like a little kid in a candy store. It was amazing.
Somebody said before this is only the 6th or 7th year, which I thought it was going on for the past 20 years. I mean, technically it was probably started because, tomorrow is the Pride Parade in the city. So why don't we just have a parade here? It's, it's easy to put together. Let's get someone to organize it. It's not a big deal. So great, we have a parade. So I wouldn't say it's so much of a need about, we're out and proud because it's Cherry Grove. We're already out and proud. To me, it's an extension of what this community already is, and it's just another part of the celebration.
Aren't you people sick of seeing us yet? Good God! Here we are, round 3.
This is round 3. That's good. This is good because you're getting to see what they're really like now, because now they're like, would you all just go home already?
The turnout was great. Yeah. Nice to see all these people here having a good time.
Surprisingly, this is a very inexpensive event to put on. So really, this year's budget was probably around $1,500. One of the, I say that based on what we actually spent as a group. The Chamber of Commerce probably donated double that in terms of items for the auction, and the business community here in Cherry Grove later on tonight, we're going to see a fireworks display, which actually cost about $12,000 just for the fireworks, and that's just part of the Cherry Grove Pride tradition that we've linked our event to. If you were actually to look at the entire event and the entire day of activities, it's probably approaching $20,000. I don't think anything on Long Island will ever rival New York City's gay and lesbian community, and that's fine with us out here on Long Island. But I would like to see some named entertainment. Some people have thrown around artists like Erasure, Cher, as possible headliners for different parts of today, whether it be in Sayville or over here in Cherry Grove. So Cher, if you're not done with your farewell tour yet, we'll be ready for you in 2006. And, from there, people will come. The guys will come over from the Pines, they'll come over to Sayville, wherever it is, people will come from all over and from the city as well. We're in a little bit of competition with the city because people go in. A lot of women went in today for the Dyke March. A lot of people are like, oh, I've got to do stuff at home today because tomorrow I'm going into the city. And that's fine. I mean, if the event is going to be this day before the Heritage of Pride, we're always going to have that. But obviously this is a very different experience and a different type of event. And it's meant to foster, not compete with, everything that's happening in the city this weekend.
Well, I mean, in particular, if Stonewall didn't happen, that really pushed it forward. I think that event was kind of like a breaking point in that time period. But a change was already taking place. And, people can only be pushed around for so long until they fight back. Would we have gotten as far? I don't think so. There are times where you just have to fight, you have to get loud and ugly. And how does that relate to this particular parade? I don't think there would be as much pride because people have this I don't know if sentimental is the right word, but I guess emotional attachment. Like, wow, that was the drag queens fought back against the police, and when you think about that, that's big. The drag queens fought back against the police. They didn't take the shit anymore. People that were looked at as like scum and whatever perverts and rose up and used their voice, and that's profound.
Well, I mean, my favorite part of the day is definitely the pride flags, the rainbow flags hanging throughout Sayville. I mean, that to me, as a kid, having grown up here in Sayville and taking the ferries over when I was a teenager, and the fact that Sayville High School had their graduation today, and I graduated from that same high school 20 years ago in 1985, I know that there are gay kids, boys and girls, that graduated today from that same high school that I graduated from 20 years ago. And their families had to drive through Sayville today in order to get to the high school. And they saw 56 gay pride rainbow flags hanging all over town. And, that must have just been a phenomenal feeling for those kids. And that is a great, great thing. And, so I'll never know how much of this, you can't measure the success of an event like this. It's just, it's not something tangible. You can't touch it.
I mean, if you think about it, how many people were actually at Stonewall, that night when it got raided? How many people were in that bar? And yet those people made a worldwide impact. But yeah, it is important. The newspapers, whether they do talk about today's event or not, year after year, it'll be slowly accepted, and you just have to have faith. I think that's really what it's about, is having faith that somebody along the way, you're impacting people, you're creating sort of a domino effect, maybe not as quickly as you'd like, but trust that the magic is happening. I do believe that.